Coming up, a Harlan County road project could finally be completed.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. A road project in Harlan County has officially been approved and funded, and it's something county officials say is long overdue. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more.
For more than 25 years, construction on US 421 from Harlan to the Virginia border has been at a standstill. Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley says the construction on US 421 began more than 25 years ago, but stopped due to funding.
And at that point in time, a large section of that highway was built, but the final 3 miles was left to be done.
But now the Harlan County Fiscal Court has been awarded $28 million to fund the project. Mosley says he is extremely thankful for Governor Andy Beshear, State Representative Adam Bowling, and Senator Johnny Turner. Mosley says that this part of US 421 is needed for everyone in the area.
This is one of the areas that is a kind of a front door of our county, and we want to make sure that people have a safe road to travel on. And right now with that mountain, it's really unsafe, especially for school buses encountering commercial vehicles. And we're excited to see this project get started back, and very thankful that it's been selected for funding.
Mosley says that this construction is needed for economic and safety reasons.
We have a lot of people that come to our county through that area, especially from a tourism perspective. A lot of people bring in their off-road vehicles in to enjoy our mountain trails, plus residents that live in the area that travel back and forth for health care or other reasons between Virginia, Tennessee, and into Kentucky.
Mosley says he's excited for this project to finally be completed. In Harlan County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
There's no word on when construction will begin, but Mosley says they will discuss it at their next meeting.
We are still watching out for a few showers across the mountains as we go into tonight. Here's a live look at the radar at this hour, and as you can see, a few showers are possible, especially in the portions of Pike County there. It looks like the radar is not showing up at this hour, but we are watching out for a few showers right now. Let's see if we can pop that on there. There you go. A few showers over portions of Pike County at this hour, just to the east of downtown Pikeville. Nothing too heavy, but a few showers are going to be possible as we go into tonight. Those current temperatures middle to upper 60s at this hour, 68 for Jackson, 66 in Pikeville, 65 for Manchester, and 70 over in Somerset. Temperatures will not really fall too much tonight, only getting down into the lower 60s as you wake up on Friday. Once again, watching out for possibly a few showers tonight. Most of us are dry, though, under that cloudy sky. But tomorrow, a different story as more showers and maybe a few thunderstorms are possible. High temperatures top out in the upper 70s and lower 80s, and rain chances continue into Mother's Day weekend. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Earlier today, federal, state, and local leaders gathered in Pineville for the Partners for Rural Impact Community Forum. Hundreds of people were at the event to discuss how eastern Kentucky counties can come together to help with economic growth in the mountains. One of the event organizers, Sandy Curd, says we are the solution to the future.
We've got to go out there, we've got to put together federal funding, we have to be able to bring in private partners, we have to be able to work together, but we are our solution and we can do it.
The Appalachian Regional Commission's federal co-chair, Gail Manchin, was also at the forum and announced the ARC is awarding 5 Kentucky area development districts $100,000 each. In Pulaski County, the circuit court clerk could face the possibility of being removed from his position. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports witnesses say Joseph J.S. Flynn yelled and cursed at employees, made sexual comments and jokes, and touched female employees in inappropriate ways. A hearing on Flynn's conduct was held yesterday. During the hearing, Flynn's attorneys questioned the motivation of witnesses. Flynn won his term in 2018 but was suspended with pay in March of last year after complaints about his conduct. Today was the first day of early voting for the primary election. In Fayette County, folks made their way through the gates at Kroger Field to vote. Voters had a lot of different reasons for submitting their ballot early, but the most common reason we heard was that it was just easy to do it. Seeing the flow of people go in and out throughout the day was exciting for Fayette County Clerk Susan Lamb.
I really do understand and know how secure our process is here in Fayette County, and I already believed in it, but I believe in it even more so now.
There's a lot of training and preparations that go into the day to ensure it's a safe, secure, and simple process. Lamb also went on to say it's important to educate yourself on voting before you go to the polls. And as Kentuckians cast their votes, Governor Beshear and First Lady Brittany Beshear went to vote today as well. Both cast their ballots this morning in Frankfort. Governor Beshear is entering his first re-election campaign. He faces Pepe Martin and Jeff Young in the primary. On the Republican side, Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles made a few stops in our region today, including at the Love is Real Wellness Cafe in London. He says he is the rural candidate in this race. Attorney General Daniel Cameron and former UN Ambassador Kelly Craft are not scheduled to be back in eastern Kentucky before the primary. Craft is planning stops with Texas Senator Ted Cruz in Louisville and Richmond on Saturday, and with presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy on Monday in Florence and Lexington. Somerset Mayor Alan Keck will make several stops in the mountains on Monday, including London, Manchester, Paintsville, and Jackson. State Auditor Mike Harmon says he will also make stops in eastern Kentucky on Monday. Eric Dieters told us he'll be staying in northern Kentucky. In Madison County, early voting this primary includes a wet-dry vote. It's a straightforward question on the ballot for voters living there. On the sample ballot, it reads, "Are you in favor of the sale of alcoholic beverages within Madison County, Kentucky?" It is a question voters have not seen in more than 100 years.
A lot of economic development stays away from dry areas in Kentucky intentionally. They stay out of those areas because it's viewed as an area that is antiquated, undeveloped, and hard to do business in.
If the vote to make Madison County wet passes, it would not necessarily take effect right away. Folks there say there will be logistics that will have to be dealt with before sales can actually happen. You might be surprised to learn that Madison County is dry because the city of Richmond is wet and Berea is moist. Governor Beshear is highlighting the efforts of the Kentucky Counter Drug Program. The governor says the program seized 142 pounds of fentanyl. Officials estimate that amount could have caused the death of more than 28.9 million people. The program also seized hundreds of pounds of meth and cocaine. The governor says the team is working to take drugs off the street.
I know last year, KSP seized 18,600 grams of methamphetamine, and since 2018, their efforts have accounted for 1,612 drug seizures along the I-75 corridor alone. Statewide last year, KSP, local, and federal partners seized 11,700 grams of fentanyl. I'm really proud of those efforts.
Last year, overdose deaths in Kentucky declined 5% compared to 2021. It marked the first drop in overdose deaths since 2018. Later this month in Monticello, bikers are coming together for a benefit ride. The ride is for Monticello police officer Jeremy Thompson, who was seriously injured back in April when another driver pulled out in front of him while he was on his motorcycle in London. He is improving but still has a long road to recovery. The ride starts at the downtown farmers market at 9 a.m. on May 27th, and it will be $25 per bike to participate. Baptist Health Corbin is giving out 12 scholarships to students pursuing medical degrees worth more than $1,500. Medical staff coordinator Jessica McKay says it's an effort to keep students in the Tri-County area.
To give back to the community and to allow us to utilize in hopes that we would keep people in the area, that we would invest in our community, and that we would invest in the healthcare in the Tri-County area.
She says this scholarship is unique because it's not only for undergraduate degrees, but graduate and doctoral degrees too. Pikeville's favorite produce place continues to grow. Sweet Peas Produce has been open in the city since 2013, celebrating its 10-year anniversary with a second location now. The new Belfry location offers a little something for everyone. Owner Barry Robinette says it's a way to get the greens to more customers.
Really thank Belfry and Pikeville areas for supporting our business. Really do. I know there's other places you can shop, and it means a whole lot. Shop with us.
The new business is open behind Belfry Double Quick in Compton Bottom. Music is a way of life here in eastern Kentucky, but rarely do full orchestras make their way to the region. But next week that changes. The Louisville Orchestra's In Harmony Tour kicks off next week with several stops on the agenda across eastern Kentucky. And tickets to all of the events are free thanks to legislative funding from the state. Officials with the In Harmony Tour say to expect plenty of orchestral classics, but plenty of fun and recognizable tunes as well.
Lots of wonderful traditional music as well as some non-traditional music that we hope is a little bit more accessible to the audience, because we don't want people to feel like you have to have some sort of high knowledge of classical music in order to enjoy it. You don't. Music is music, and it's the thing that sort of connects us all.
The tour will make stops May 17th at the MAC in Prestonsburg, May 18th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville, and May 19th at Harlan County High School. You can find out how to get your free tickets and other information on our website at WYMT.com. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, thousands of migrants are waiting near the border as the Biden administration is set to end Title 42.
Plus, we are watching out for showers and storms on Friday. Your full first alert forecast coming up.